Hey everyone, my name is Tarek and you are watching TP Far From Home. Welcome to the last episode of Arctic Diaries. Today I am in Turku, the oldest city in Finland. Turku, Finland's oldest city, where medieval history meets modern charm. It isn't just another Finnish city, it's where Finland's story began. From medieval castles to riverside wonders, this city has layers of history waiting to be explored. Yet most travelers rush through, stopping at the castle and cathedral before moving on. But there's so much more beneath the surface. Today I'm taking you beyond the tourist checklist to hidden sculptures, a prison turned hotel, and some of the best kept secrets along the Aura River. I will also be sharing my experience on the Viking line cruise. Let's explore Turku the right way in just one day. After a week of traveling across Finland, I have arrived at my last destination, Turku, Finland's oldest city. Since the city felt smaller and more compact, I decided to explore it entirely on foot. My first stop, the Turku Art Museum. But on my way, I came across something interesting. A statue of 3 cranes standing in a nest. It's called Cranes in a Nest. After climbing some slippery stairs, I finally reached the Turku Art Museum. Sitting atop Kakola Hill, this museum isn't just about the art inside, it's a landmark itself. Opened in 1904, it's one of Finland's finest examples of national romantic architecture, making it just as stunning on the outside as the masterpieces it holds inside. From the top, I got a great view of the city. On my way down, something interesting caught my eye. The statue of friendship between Leningrad and Turku. This monument was gifted by Leningrad in 1969 as a symbol of the strong ties between the two cities. I continued exploring the city on foot, taking in the unique atmosphere of Turku. It felt different, quiet, almost peaceful, with barely any people on the streets. Then I came across something that instantly stood out, Archangel Michael's Church. With its striking red brick facade and towering spire, it was impossible to miss. When in Finland, one thing I cannot stress enough about it that you need to pack up for winter clothes. It's really cold in here. Built in 1905, this neo-Gothic church is one of the tallest in Turku, standing at 253 feet, making it a true landmark in the city skyline. From there, I continued exploring the city, and I couldn't help but notice how empty the streets felt. But then I came across something truly unexpected, a place sitting on top of Kakola Hill. At first glance, it looked like an old, grand building. Stairs. My God. But what if I told you this wasn't always a hotel? This place used to be a high security prison, and now it's one of the most unique places to stay in Finland. From there, I explored the hill a bit before heading down. One thing immediately caught my eye was the Fibonacci Chimney, named after the famous Fibonacci sequence, where each number is the sum of the two before it. A little ahead was Forum Marinum, Turku's maritime museum, where I saw the Sigyn, a historic wooden sailing ship that once carried cargo across the seas. Right in front of it stood Harmonia, a fountain by German sculptor Archangel, often compared to a whale's tail, symbolizing balance and movement. From there, I started walking along the Aura River, which was half frozen, creating a stunning winter landscape. Along the way, I came across Symbiosis, a striking sculpture by Stefan Lindfors that represents the connection between nature and urban life. These are the names of the donors. Just behind it was another impressive sight, the Suomen Joutsen, a majestic full-rigged sailing ship that once served as a naval training vessel. And nearby stood Daisy, a massive modern flower sculpture adding an aesthetic contrast to the historic maritime surroundings. While coming to Finland, one thing you have to keep in mind that the sun sets very early, so you have to manage your timetable. Forum Marinum itself is more than just a museum. It's an open-air maritime experience showcasing Finland's rich naval history along the riverfront. Not very far from Forum Marinum stood Turku Castle. A massive medieval fortress that has guarded the city since the late 13th century, making it one of Finland's most important historical landmarks. Walking up to it, I could feel the weight of history in its stone walls, a reminder of Turku's past as Finland's first capital. After visiting the castle, I continued my walk along the tranquil Aura River, soaking in the serene atmosphere. As I strolled, I noticed Barkerinpuisto, a charming park that houses the Jarno Saarinen monument, a tribute to the legendary Finnish motorcycle racer. Continuing along the riverside, I encountered several unique sculptures. This sculpture captured the essence of the Nordic maritime landscape, reflecting the region's deep connection to the sea. This sculpture, whose name translates to Reaching for the Stars, is a striking piece that invites contemplation and adds a modern artistic touch to the riverside. As I continued my walk, I encountered Pilvet sculptures, which means clouds in Finnish. From there, I could see the theatre bridge. It was really windy, and on the bridge, the wind was hitting me like sharp claws. bridge was decorated like the Addams Family, likely in anticipation of the upcoming Addams Family musical at the Turku City Theatres. As I continued my walk, I was pleasantly surprised to find myself in the modern part of the city, a stark contrast to the urban landscape I had seen earlier. Here I encountered the church of the Holy Martyr Empress Alexandra, a beautiful Orthodox church that stands as a testament to the city's rich cultural tapestry. Nearby was the Lion Fountain, not quite what I expected, but still an iconic little detail in Turku cityscape. As the night progressed, the cold became even more intense, making every step feel heavier. I finally arrived at my last stop, Turku Cathedral, the most important religious building in Finland. Dating back to the late 13th century, this iconic landmark has witnessed centuries of Finnish history, standing tall as a symbol of the nation's heritage. Just behind the Turku Cathedral, I came across the Per Brahe statue. He was a Swedish statesman who played a major role in developing Finland's education system. And right in front of it stood the Mikael Agricola statue, honoring the man known as the father of the Finnish written language. As it was time for me to leave, I passed by the statue of Henrik Gabriel Porthan, a tribute to the historian known as the father of Finnish history. Before wrapping up the night, I unexpectedly spotted a Bangladeshi restaurant, little piece of home in the heart of Turku. And lastly, I came across another sculpture called When Friendships Are Made, a symbolic representation of unity and connection, which felt like the perfect way to end my journey through Finland's oldest city. Before wrapping up, I want to briefly share my experience on the Viking line cruise, the way I arrived in Finland and now the way I am leaving. It was an overnight cruise and I stayed in a 4-person cabin, which was comfortable for the journey. The cruise itself was grand, almost like a floating hotel. It had everything you could need on board. Food was great, and one of the best parts, the breakfast buffet was free. It was a smooth and enjoyable experience, making it a perfect way to travel between Finland and Sweden. that's a wrap on Turku, Finland's oldest city, where history and modern life blend in a way that feels effortless. It's quieter, slower, and has this timeless charm that makes you want to just wander and take it all in. It's not the kind of place that shouts for attention, but if you know where to look, it has stories waiting to be discovered. From the soul of Helsinki, where history and modern design collide, to the unexpected charm of Oulu, witnessing the northern lights in Kemi, the winter magic of Rovaniemi, and now the historic Turku. Every city had its own way of surprising me. Finland isn't just a place you visit, it's a place you experience. As a kid from Bangladesh, honestly, I never thought I would make it this far north. This felt like a dream, but here I am, freezing, sleep deprived, but beyond grateful. Finland was something else. Alhamdulillah for this experience. And to everyone who's been watching, thank you for being part of this journey. See you in the next vlog.